Have you ever wondered how vastly different cultures can exist within the same human race? Indeed, it's a captivating thought, isn't it? Our world is a marvelous tapestry of cultures, each thread unique, each pattern distinct. Today, we're setting our sights on two prominent continents, Asia and Europe. Despite sharing the same planet, the cultural nuances between these two regions are striking. In our increasingly globalized world, understanding these differences is vital. So buckle up as today we explore 10 fascinating cultural differences between Asia and Europe. In Asia, it's often the wife that manages the ATM, but in Europe, both partners typically have access. A fascinating dichotomy, isn't it? In many Asian households, the wife is entrusted with the nitty-gritty of financial management. She maintains the family budget, handles daily expenses, and even manages the ATM card. This can be traced back to traditional norms where the man was the breadwinner, while the woman took care of the home front, including the finances. Now, let's jet over to Europe. Here, financial management is more of a shared responsibility. Both partners typically have their own ATM cards and contribute to the family budget. It's not uncommon for individuals to maintain separate bank accounts, signifying a sense of financial independence. However, in this age of globalization, these roles are evolving, with more shared financial responsibilities becoming the norm in both continents. So, the first major difference lies in how families handle their finances. When it comes to conversational etiquette, the differences are quite noticeable. In Asia, the art of conversation often leans towards an indirect, respectful approach. There's an ingrained emphasis on maintaining harmony in face, which may result in a more subtle dance of words. It's not uncommon to witness the use of metaphors, allusions, and even silence as powerful tools of communication. On the other hand, Europeans typically favor a more direct, straightforward style. They appreciate clarity and conciseness, often getting straight to the point. This isn't to say they are brusque or rude. Rather, they value honesty and transparency in their conversations. Of course, these are broad strokes. There's a vast array of cultures within both Asia and Europe, each with its own unique conversational nuances. But generally speaking, this contrast between the indirect Asian style and the direct European style is a fascinating aspect of our diverse world. This cultural difference can sometimes lead to misunderstandings, but it's all part of the global communication experience. The way people greet each other can tell you a lot about their culture. Let's take a trip across two continents, Asia and Europe, and see how greetings differ. In many parts of Asia, greetings are formal and filled with a sense of respect. You might see a slight bow or the joining of hands in a gesture called Namaste in India or Y in Thailand. It's a beautiful embodiment of respect and acknowledgement of another's presence. On the other hand, Europe offers a more casual approach. In Spain, you might be greeted with a warm, friendly hola accompanied by a handshake or even a kiss on the cheek in some regions. Over in the United Kingdom, a simple hello or hi with a warm smile does the trick. So next time you're traveling, remember greetings aren't just about saying hello, they're a window into a culture's values and traditions. As you can see, even a simple hello can be quite different. Food and how we consume it is often a reflection of our culture. In Asia, for instance, communal eating is the norm. It's common to find a large dish in the center of the table, with everyone digging in using their chopsticks. It's a practice that reinforces the idea of community and sharing, which are integral parts of Asian culture. On the other hand, in Europe, individual plates are the standard. Each person has their own designated serving, emphasizing personal space and individual ownership. It's a practice that aligns with the European values of individualism and personal responsibility. Even the utensils used differ. In Asia, chopsticks are the choice, while in Europe, forks and knives dominate the dining table. These differences are not just about practicality, but they also carry cultural significance. So, mealtime is not just about the food, but also about cultural practices. Scene script. How about getting around? That too varies greatly between Asia and Europe. While the European cities are designed with an emphasis on public transportation and pedestrian-friendly streets, Asian cities often prioritize the use of personal vehicles. In Europe, cities are typically compact, with well-established public transportation networks. Buses, trams, and metro systems are a common sight, encouraging residents and tourists alike to hop on for a ride. Walking is also a popular mode of transport, with many Europeans choosing to stroll to their destinations when the weather permits. In contrast, many Asian cities are spread out, making it less feasible to get around on foot or by public transport. Here, personal vehicles, particularly motorcycles and cars, dominate the roads. Traffic congestion is a common sight, as millions hit the road daily to commute to work, school, or leisure activities. So the next time you plan a trip, consider the local transportation culture. Gift giving is another area where cultural differences shine through. In Asia, gift giving is a deeply ingrained tradition, often associated with respect, friendship, and appreciation. It's customary to present gifts with both hands, and it's considered polite to refuse a gift once or twice before accepting it to demonstrate humility. On the other hand, in Europe, gift-giving customs can vary widely from country to country. Nevertheless, a common thread is that gifts are usually given for special occasions, such as birthdays, Christmas, or as a thank you for a dinner invitation. It's also worth noting that in many European cultures, it's more common to open gifts immediately when received. But regardless of the geographical location, the etiquette of gift-giving revolves around thoughtfulness and consideration. Whether it's a meticulously wrapped present in Japan or a bottle of wine for your French dinner host, the sentiment behind the gift holds universal value. Remember, it's the thought that counts, no matter where you are. At the heart of many cultural differences is the concept of individualism and collectivism. Let's delve into this complex dichotomy. European societies, on the whole, tend to lean towards individualism. This means that the interests and rights of the individual are often prioritized above those of the group. Personal freedom, self-reliance, and independence are highly valued, and people are generally encouraged to express their unique individuality. On the other hand, Asian societies are commonly seen as collectivist. Here, the focus is on harmony within the group, community, or family. The needs of the collective often take precedence over the desires of the individual. This fosters a sense of unity, mutual support, and strong interpersonal connections. However, it's crucial to note that these are general trends and not strict rules. There's a vast spectrum of individualistic and collectivist behaviors within each society. Whether it's I or we, both approaches have their unique strengths. How people perceive and manage relationships also differs across cultures. In Asia, familial ties often hold significant importance. It's common for multiple generations to live under the same roof, promoting a sense of unity and shared responsibility. Societal expectations also lean towards respecting elders and maintaining harmony within the family unit. Conversely, in Europe, there's an emphasis on individual autonomy. Young adults often move out to establish their own households, signifying independence. Relationships, while deeply valued, are often viewed through a lens of personal growth and self-fulfillment. In terms of romantic relationships, Asia tends to favor traditional courtship practices, with a focus on stability and long-term commitment. Europe, on the other hand, maintains a more liberal stance, valuing personal compatibility and mutual respect. As we journey through these cultural nuances, we gain a deeper understanding of the world around us. So, love might be universal, but how we express it can greatly vary. Lastly, let's talk about how people in Asia and Europe prefer to spend their vacations. Vacationing is an interesting facet of culture, as it often reflects our underlying values and lifestyles. In Asia, the preference is usually for group tours. This can be attributed to the collective nature of many Asian societies, where experiences are often shared and enjoyed in groups. There's a certain camaraderie in exploring new places together, isn't there? On the flip side, vacationers in Europe tend to lean towards individual or small group travel. The focus is more on personal experiences and the freedom to explore at one's own pace. The idea of a vacation in Europe is often tied to the concept of individual discovery and adventure. So whether it's the bustling group tours of Asia or the intimate explorations of Europe, each offers a unique perspective on what it means to unwind. So, vacation time, too, is a reflection of our cultural preferences. From finances to food, greetings to gifts, we've journeyed through some fascinating cultural differences today. We've seen how financial management, conversational etiquette, and even dinner patterns vary greatly between Asia and Europe. We've explored differing modes of commuting, gift-giving customs, and contrasting views on individualism and collectivism. We've also delved into relationship styles and vacation preferences. Remember, understanding cultural differences enriches our worldview and helps us connect better. Until next time, keep exploring